Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of magic today. I'm going to take a standard basic paper towel. I'm going to add a water-based marker and a little bit of water, and I'm going to make the most amazing, beautiful tie-dye printing that you ever did see. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. For this project, you're going to need paper towels, but you can also use napkins or even toilet paper tissue if you want to. You're going to need water-based markers. That's super, super important. You don't want to use a Sharpie or anything that is not water-soluble. You want to use a water-based marker. It doesn't have to be fat, but you want a water-based marker. I've got scissors because my paper towels are so big, I'm going to actually cut them in half. Now, you need some source of water. It does not have to be a squirt bottle like this one, but squirting I find is much more fun. But any kind of water source is good. You can have one of those that has like one of those sports caps and you can just spray it on. That works too. But I really, really love the spritz bottle if you can. And then I've got an extra bottle here, and this bottle is going to be used as a roller. So if you have a rolling pin would be just as great. The other thing is you want to make sure that you have a work surface that can get wet and kind of messy. So you might want to put down a plastic bag or something like that to keep your surface clean. So first thing that I'm going to do is I've got my paper towel, and when I first initially did this project, I did this for the library and it was super, super fun. But the the tissue paper that I had was like half this size. And I thought that these pieces were just so big. So what I actually did was I took my pieces and folded them and then cut them in half so that I ended up with pieces that were this size. And I found that that worked a lot better for what I wanted to do, but you can do them as big as you want to. I've got 3 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, and they're all basically exactly the same size. I'm only going to need to start with 1. The first piece, I'm going to start coloring on it. Now, I can do swirly crazy designs, or I can make like this. I can just go like this. And then I can add more colors on top of it. I can add shapes. I can add stars. I can add whirly twirlies, whatever I want. It's really, really, really fun and up to you as to what you want to do. The main thing though is you want to get as much color on here as possible. You just want to go crazy with the color. And this is again why you want to have a work surface that can get cleaned off pretty easily, because you don't want to accidentally write on your work surface and have it stain whatever you're working on. But as you can see, I'm just having a little bit of fun here. Just going a little crazy with all the color. Whee! Now, one of the things at the library when we did this project, it was super fun. Some of the adults actually made like pictures, like they did like landscapes and pictures and stuff like that. And when they added the water, it was beautiful. All right, so just going to give you 2 examples here too, because I've got this all set and ready for us. But then I also have done a second one. I did this ahead of time, and as you can see here, all I did was did stripes of color. So I just colored and did it like a rainbow stripe. So I'm going to show you both at the same time here. What you want to do next is place 1 piece of tissue paper underneath, stack your artwork on, take that second piece here. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Because what I'm actually going to do here, not only am I going to create like a water tie-dye, but I'm also going to print from one to the other, so that from 1 piece of paper, I'm going to actually get 3 pieces of artwork. Now this is what's so much fun. Watch this. I'm just going to take this and start spritzing. And this is where little kids and big kids can have so much fun. So see, as it starts, those colors start to bleed into each other. And you just want to keep adding that water. It sounds like a duck hunter's call, doesn't it? It sounds like a duck call. Okay, so I'm going to show you what happens when you do these shaped ones. See how that color starts to blend into itself? Isn't that fun? So get these really nice and wet. As you can see, these are pretty darn wet. Don't worry about them being too wet. Because what I'm going to do now is add, this is where you have fun. You can just kind of watch this happening because this is kind of cool just watching this happen. But this is the next step, which is we're going to actually print. And what I'm going to do is take a third sheet and put it on the top. And right away you can automatically start to see that it's starting to absorb. Isn't that cool? And you could, you could pick this up right now at this point and this could be your print. Isn't that neat? You could even turn your paper this way and give it a little pat. What you're basically doing is printing and creating tie-dye. Now, I'm going to use my bottle to roll, and like I said, you could use if you have a rolling pin, this is a perfect place for a rolling pin. And because I've added so much water here, you can see the colors coming through. Now, if you feel like this is super, super wet and super, super saturated and you can actually add another piece of paper, go ahead, go for it. Let's see, I'll rip one off and we'll see how we do here. I've usually only done it with 3, but we'll see what happens. There we go. And you can see it's still printing through. But this is cool, huh? This is like printing. This is just like a printer's press, where you lay down the color and then put your paper over top of it and roll over top of it, and then your paper comes away with the color on it. So let's pull this one up and just so you can see. Isn't that neat? And so then you'd let these dry really, 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 really good. It probably usually takes about half hour to 45 minutes. Well, it depends on your day. We actually are having rainy days here in California, and because of the rainy days, it's taking longer for things to dry. But you can peel these apart and let them dry really good. I really love this. Isn't that pretty? So you can see, as you pull these apart, each one has the print on it. Isn't that fun? So you let those dry really, really good. And I'm going to show you what happens when they're all dry. Let me just move these out of our way, because I actually made a couple yesterday so that I could show you. And here you go. There you can see when it's all nice and dry, how it makes this beautiful design. Now this one would be beautiful if it was really dry, but I did want to show you with the kind of swirly technique. And you can see, once these are dry, since these are 2-ply, you can actually peel these apart and you get 6. And that's all there is to making really wonderful, colorful paper that you can turn into paper flowers. Check out the link below that'll show you how to do that, and other great things like wrapping paper. It's really, really super fun. It's really, really easy, and it's a great way to work with color. For more fun ideas, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.